So I was meditating on this scripture in Matthew chapter 25 about the parable of talents. And, I was going to be an advocate for the man with 1 talent. And I was like, God, why would you take his talent and give to the man with 10 talents? He already had 10. Why would you give it to him? Blah and blah. I was just really, really meditating on that one morning. And I remember later that morning, I stumbled on a YouTube short and I didn't even think anything about it, but the Lord used it to teach me something or what I was meditating that morning, right? It was a YouTube short about Pastor Emmanuel Iren. He was talking about a word of knowledge or a prophecy he had given to a man or a group of people, I can't remember clearly right now, who wanted to go into mining, and they were hesitant because of the capital, right? It was quite capital intensive, and so they didn't want to go into it, and actually what caught my own attention in all of that is I just began to ponder, and I was like, God, how do the mind of these men work? I mean, how do they think? Why would you trust them with so much? Like, this is such a great idea for young men. It's a great idea. Go into mining. I mean, this is a lot, and you trust them with such a big project. And that was what I just caught. I don't know why. That's where my mind just went. I didn't even listen to everything he had to say, right? And I think I pondered on that for a little while, and then later in the evening, the Lord, tied everything together by giving me one more thought. He said, if there is a kingdom project to be carried out right now, it will be easy for him to go to them. They are the people that he would reach out to first, to drop some cash for the project, to finance a particular project. And I was like, you know what, that's true. If there is a project at hand that requires huge money, it will be quite easy to talk to these men and touch the heart of these men, and you'll be able to drop what they already have, right? But I was like, okay, so does the poor not have any share or say in kingdom projects and whatnot? He said that's not the case, right? But for these men, he has worked on their hearts, right? Their heart has the capability to receive big things, hold big things, trade with big things, and multiply big things, right? It was easy for him to drop that project in their heart, right? And it's easy for them to trade with it and multiply it. And then when it comes to giving to a kingdom project, it will be quite easy for them to drop some money, right? Because they're already blessed. Now, if the Lord wants to even give that same project to a poor man, he would literally have to barge his heart, right? Barge his heart so much for him to even believe that this project is first of all possible, right? Before even now standing up and saying, okay, I want to run with this, right? Possible with him. Okay, possible with him. And he was telling me how that a lot of people tend to work out on process that would, enlarge their mind, enlarge their capacity. And I was like, okay. He was like, look at the man with the 5 talents. It was an opportunity for him to trade with what he had and, enlarge his capacity. To be very honest, he had the capacity to only take 5, but he maximized the opportunity and enlarged that capacity. And so he was able to handle 10. Right now, as at the time the boss was back, he could already handle 10. And so was the man with 2. He could already handle 2. But for the man with 1 talent, it was already obvious that he couldn't handle much. And he was even given 1 with an opportunity to even show or work with the one that he had. He didn't. He didn't. A lot of people literally don't trade with the things that they have. And they don't know that not trading with it or not using what they have is limiting their capacity. God cannot trust you with more if you haven't worked with what you have, right? The Lord cannot trust you with more if you haven't worked with what you have. And hence, he took what he had and gave to the man with 5. He's sure that this man would be able to handle 1 more and even replenish, right? Let's just say the Lord goes to him today, just like I was saying, that if there's a kingdom project at hand and the Lord is like, oh, please, can I get 2 talents from you? I need to use it. It will be easy for that man to drop that money because he already has the mental capacity to multiply, to get back what he's giving out, right? And so it was just very clear to me that the Lord knew what he was doing when he gave that man with 5 talents. Or so I was going to be the advocate for the man with 1 talent, but then I was like, God, I think you're right. And the same goes for both myself and every other person out there. Don't look down on the little that you have. It's an opportunity for you to enlarge your mind enlarge your mind's capacity to be able to take more, right? And when you are able to take more, you would see that bigger things would come into your hand for you to trade with. The Lord can now trust you with more. Your mind can now handle bigger things. Your hands can now handle bigger things, right? So that was what I learned from that. A lot of people walk out on process. A lot of us tend to walk out on process without even knowing that we are in the process to enlarge our mind. If the Lord reaches out to a poor man and says, "Oh, I want to give you this big business," first off, it will be very hard for the man to believe, you know. Secondly, when he eventually believes, it may take a while before he's able to drop what he has earned from that money, because his mind is not altogether large enough to take what the Lord has just given him, right? It will still take a while. That's if what he has earned doesn't even shrink back to his mind's capacity. Do you see what I'm saying? And so my point is, trade with what you have. You are enlarging your capacity that way. Okay, even I myself, that was just a lot for me to take, and something to be very, very intentional about, right, in my journey and my walk with the Lord. Thank you guys for listening. I just thought to share that with you guys. My name is Liz, and this is Life of a Growing Christian. And like I said, I was going to be sharing with you guys scriptures that stick out to me per time, and this is one of it. And I hope to bring more as the day go by. Thank you so much for listening. I do love you. Until I see you again in my next video. God bless your hearts.